there guys, welcome to Kheper's YouTube channel. My name is Nadine and today we're going to be talking about measuring your size and knowing exactly which size to buy when you're shopping online, especially with a brand like Kheper. When it comes to workout clothes, you want your fit to be just right, and it can be difficult if you've never bought from the brand before and you are not sure if they are true to size or if they're a little bit bigger than what you normally get, because size is a construct. Like you are not always going to be a large in every brand, you're not always going to be a small in every brand. So today I'm going to teach you how to do your own measurements at home and to use the brand's size chart, which you can find on their website, to buy and purchase the right size for yourself. Alright, so if you're keen, let's get into it. For this video, you are going to need one of the following. Okay, so you'll either need a tape measure, a loose one like this. This is a flexible one that I can use to wrap around my body. We're going to be measuring in centimeters because Kheper is a South African brand that does their measurements in centimeters. If you do not have a tape measure, that is fine. I also have a shoelace over here, which I'm going to use. And you need a little bead or a little charm on that shoelace to use when we're measuring. You're going to tie a knot at the end of your string. This is going to be your dead end, so you know that you're not measuring from that side. And this side is my live end. And we're using a bead because I can move this bead easily along the string, but it doesn't get stuck or fall off or anything like that. You need something that's going to stay in place when you're busy measuring. With that, you can either use a ruler, so you can, once you've taken your measurement, you can hold it up against your ruler, a 30 centimeter ruler, and then do your measurements from that. Or you can hold it up against your flexible tape measure and see if it meets the correct size. So if you've either got your string or your tape measure, we can get into this video. Yay! So first we're going to chat about what to wear. Ideally, you want to be wearing as little as possible, so you can measure yourself in your underwear or in your workout clothes that are tight-fitting. You don't want to wear a padded bra, especially for fitness wear. No padded bras or anything like that, or wear the bra that you are going to use underneath your workout clothes. So if you're like me, sometimes I have to wear a bra underneath the Kheper tops, so I would wear my bra and then take the measurements around that bra. You need to make sure that the clothes that you're wearing does not indent you in any place. So it's not gonna like be cutting into your skin and making a little bump or anything. You want to wear perfectly fitting clothes that's not gonna make your measurements inaccurate. The best time to measure yourself is to do it after a nice full meal. This will mean that you have the space to have a meal when you've bought these clothes and that they're still gonna fit you even when you are bloated or you have a little bit of a food baby. It happens to all of us. So here are just a few tips that you want to think about. When you're measuring, you want to keep the tape parallel to the ground, so you never want to measure at being skew or anything. We're keeping it straight at all times. You want to also ensure that you are standing up straight when you take your measurements. Hunching over or slouching or anything like that will change your measurements. It's going to make you bulge in different places, and that's not what we want right now. When you are doing the measurements, you want to hold one finger between the tape and your body. So we're going to do the 2-finger method so that whenever we're taking a measurement, we've got a little bit of breathing room in between ourselves and the measurement. That's just going to make sure that the clothes you buy aren't too tight and they're not too small. You always want to make sure that you take your measurements twice, all right? So the first time might be a little bit of a fluke, so take it again and make sure that you get it within like half a centimeter or a quarter centimeter within each other. And then also make sure that you've got a piece of paper or your phone to take down your measurements, so that whenever you are doing online shopping, you can just pull out this list of your measurements and you can just compare it to the site and you're sorted and you're ready to go. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to measure your bust, your hip, your waist, and your inseam. So those are the 4 that I'm going to focus on. Those are the 4 categories of size that you can find on the Kheper size charts on their website. So that's what I'm going to focus on today, and that will help you when you are shopping on Kheper for Black Friday. So let's get into these measurements. Alright guys, so first off we're going to go in for the bust measurement. So I have moved my camera so that you can see my bust perfectly in the camera, so that you know exactly what I'm doing. Alright, so when you're measuring your bust, the most important thing to remember is that you want to measure across the fullest part of your bust. Generally that is across your nipples. You want to make sure that your tape measure is parallel to the ground and not skew at any point. So to start, we're taking our centimeter side. I'm gonna hold it with this hand, yes. So I'm holding it from my beginning between my two fingers like that, and I'm taking it around my body and making sure that it crosses right over my nipples. Get it behind you. When you are doing this, you wanna make sure that you relax your arms. You're not holding them up, you're not holding them down. All of these things will change your measurements. And I'm just pulling it. We're not pulling it too tight. We just want it to just meet perfectly in the middle. So if I turn around, I want to see that it is one straight line going across. So we might need to adjust. You might need someone else's help with this when you're doing it. But that kind of looks like a straight line to me. And if I look at that, that is at 90 centimeters for me. Let's just get it perfectly. Yeah, that's 90 centimeters. And I've got the finger in between, so we know. Great. So I'm going to say 90 centimeters for my bust. All right, so now you know the rule. We always take the measurement twice. So we're going back in, grabbing my tape measure, taking it across, making sure we've aligned it in the middle, and pulling it across. Am I equal on all sides? Yes, I think so. And we're pulling it together, making sure you're not pulling it too tight. And yes, we are back at 90 again. So yay, that is perfect for my bust. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with the shoelace in case you don't have a measurement tool at home. So with the shoelace, I'm not using the knotty end, we're dropping that to the bottom, and I'm using my live end. I'm gonna use it from this point of the shoelace down. So this is not a measurement. So we're grabbing it with our two fingers over here. So we've got it sorted, and my bead is hanging on the other end. And I'm wrapping this around, again, going across the nipple and pulling it across. If it's a stretchy material like the shoelace is, you don't want to pull it taut. You want to make sure that it is not extending at any point. You're just holding it gently. Now I'm going to adjust. I'm pulling the strap across, pulling my bead towards where my finger is so that I can adjust it and make sure that it is in the right place. There we go. So now I'm holding it together. There's my bead meeting up in the middle. We've got a nice little equal parallel tape measure, and that's where my bead is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this up against my tape measure. Okay, so we know we need to go from my live end. So it started over here, and we're taking this all the way down to where I measured that bead. All right, so it's come off just a centimeter shorter than the original measurement. So it's on 89 at the moment, and my original one was 90 centimeters on the tape measure. So let's do it again and double check. Not pulling that string too tight, and we'll bring it together. Okay, it can move over a little bit so that we've got a perfect size. And let's see now if we've got the right size. If you're using a ruler, you would need to do the same thing with a ruler, but obviously taking it in 30 centimeters at a time to figure out if you're on the right track. All right, and there we have it. Ooh. It's at 90 centimeters on the dot. So that means that my string and my tape measure are in line. So that's how you do it using the string. Super easy, super simple. Okie doke, so now we are gonna go in with the waist measurement. To find your waist, you want to use the smallest part of your torso. So we're going for this part. If you can't find your smallest part of your torso, you're aiming for your lowest rib. So my lowest rib is about here. I can feel it there. And it's usually where your body does that little indent, basically. So that's where we are going to take that measurement, right in the middle. So we're taking our tape measure. I'm locking it in with my two fingers. You know the drill by now. And we're taking it across this low, small little part of my waist. Before you decide on your measurement, you're going to take a deep breath in. When you take a deep breath in, it's going to expand your waist, making sure that you can still breathe in the garment that you've chosen. And I am taking my measurement. So that is at 74 centimeters. All right, and I'm making sure that it is all equal all the way across. Yes, it looks good. Make sure that you've got a mirror so that you can check and make sure. I'm using the reflection in my TV at the moment. Okay, so now that I've adjusted it, it's actually gone down a centimeter. So now it's at 73. So let's just take another deep breath in. Okay, and it felt like it extended a bit. Yes, so now we're back on 74. All right, so I'm making 74 my measurement for my waist. And now you know we can't just trust one opportunity. So we're going to go in one more time and to make sure and make sure that we've got the exact measurement. Yep, and we're back at 74 again. So that worked out perfectly. Okay, great. So now we're gonna move on to our string to see how we would take this measurement with the string. I'm gonna move the bead a little bit closer already because my waist is gonna be a little bit smaller than my bust. So I'm grabbing my string with my 2 fingers, making sure that the part that I'm not considering for the measurement is not included. And I'm holding that around my waist, in that small part of my waist. You can see this is exactly where my Kheper shorts finish. So if you're looking to see what it's gonna be like around your waist, this is the measurement you want. And then from here, where's my bead? Oh, it's over here. All right, so I'm moving this bead backwards so that I can find the perfect measurement. Here we go, taking a deep breath in. And did it move a bit? Yes, it did. We need to move it one little bit over. There we go. And I'm gonna make that my measurement. So let's see if that equals up to what we took on the tape measure. Yep, 74 on the dot. There it is. Yay, it worked. All right, we're just gonna double check it and make sure that we got the right measurement. Remember, we always go in twice, grabbing it with your 2 fingers and bringing it across. Deep breath in. Oh, make sure that it's equal. Deep breath in and maybe just a little bit over. There we go, 74 again. Yay, it's working. All right, so now we're gonna go in for our hip measurement. For the hip measurement, you wanna take the widest part of your hip for the measurement, and we're gonna stand with our feet together. So you don't wanna stand with your feet apart, it's gonna widen up your hip measurement, and you don't need that. So I'm standing up, and for me, the widest part of my hips is around here, so we're gonna go right around our booties, and just grab that measurement. So I'm popping my tape on, and I'm taking this tape all around to meet in the middle. Okay, I can loosen it up a bit. All right, so if I'm looking all the way around, making sure that it is parallel, seems like it. And we're coming back to center. Okay, you don't want to pull it too tight. Remember, this is a soft part of your body, so don't pull it too tight. Be quite gentle with the measurement. All right, so I'm holding it at my 1 centimeter mark, and I'm taking my hip measurement. So if I hold it there, I am making 102 as my measurement for my hips. All right, now let's double check that and make sure that we got it right. Oh, this was hard, especially with this fabric because it's literally just sliding off the fabric. Just try and keep it steady so that it doesn't keep slipping. You want it to be as accurate as possible. All right, it looks like I'm getting 102 again. So, okay, that is as close as it's gonna be. Let's try it with our string. There we go, that looks good to me. All right, so now let's see what that came out to. Okay, so there we go. Right, let's just double check it real quick. There we go, yes. Just a little bit bigger than 102. It's like in the middle there. So it worked out quite nicely. Yay! So remember, if you're using a ruler, you would take your ruler from your live end, and this way it gets a little bit tricky, but you'd hold it up at your 1 centimeter mark and move it down. All right, then you hold it from there, boom, boom, to there. And you would literally keep going like this until you make it down to where your bead is. So it's just a little bit wider than my bead. And then you would add up the multiples of 30 to get your measurement. It's a little bit more difficult using a ruler, but it can be done. You can also use a tape measure at home, like one of those building ones, super chill. So now we're gonna go into the inseam. The inseam is basically the crotch of your pants to the opening or the leg of the pants. So this is gonna help you know what the length of the tights are or the shorts are. All right, so you might need a little bit of help with this one. It is a difficult measurement to get. I'm gonna try my best to do it by myself. If you are by yourself, using one of those solid tape measures that you use for building is perfect, because you would just drop it between your legs, grab it with your feet, and then pull it up to your crotch like that. But unfortunately, I do not have one of those, so that's gonna be up to you to use that. We're gonna try our best to do it at home with the tape measure. All right, so we are gonna try and do this by ourselves. If you have help, you're gonna stand with your legs apart. If you're doing it by yourself, you are gonna hold the tape measure with your feet. All right, bear with me guys, this might be a difficult one for us to get right. So we're gonna take our starting point, grabbing it with our 2 fingers, and we're popping it right on the inside of your crotch. All right, so going from the inside of the leg, we're taking this all the way down the inside of our leg. So if we're going for a full length pants, we're gonna take it right down to our ankle. And for me, that measurement, make sure that your leg is straight. For me, that measurement is 65 centimeters from the crotch to my ankle. I'm just gonna double check that measurement. Yep, 65 on the dot. You can double check the other leg if you want, but you don't really have to. Your legs are more or less the same length. Yeah, perfect. So obviously, if you are looking at a shorts inseam, you would take it to the knee, or for these shorts, it would go till about here. So that's literally like 10 centimeters from my crotch to these shorts. So it all depends on the length of the pants. And I know that Kheper has different lengths. Make sure you know what the difference is between those inseams. Let's go in with our string. So I'm taking my string and I'm popping it right in there with my measurement. Taking my shoelace down, let's adjust the speed first. All right, so I've popped it in my waist, in my crotch. I know this is awkward. And we're taking it all the way down. All right, so I can bring that bead up a little bit now. I'm gonna use my foot to adjust and help me. All right, there we go. So make sure that I'm not pulling the strap too much and not bending my leg. We can extend this a little bit more. Right to my ankle. All right. Okay, so let's see if that worked out for us. And yes, 65. All right, great. And then you'd obviously do that again just to double check that you got the right measurement. Alright guys, so those are just some quick and easy ways to measure yourself. It will make your online shopping experience 100 times easier, and it will make sure that you have more or less the same size. This will help you be feel a little bit more assured when you are shopping online with Kheper. I hope that you guys have found this video really helpful. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions for us, drop it down in the comment section. We are more than happy to help you. Happy Black Friday shopping!